Hey everybody, it's Matt with Michigan Boneheads Outdoors, and hopefully you're having a wonderful, wonderful day so far. And on this week's episode, guys, we're going to be kind of taking a left a little bit, okay? There's been a lot of people that have been kind of reaching out to me and asking for a certain request, and the request is Matt, how do you start an outdoor channel like yours? And to be honest with you, this is a really, really good topic to actually kind of make a video on, to kind of get the ball rolling a little bit. I know a little bit of the tricks of the trade for just a little short duration that I've been doing YouTube, guys. And honestly, I really wish I had this video when I first started doing YouTube. So if this piques your interest, just sit back, relax, and welcome to another episode of Michigan Boneheads Outdoors. Let's get it, guys. I'm going to be transparent with you guys right off the bat. There's going to be some information that's going to be sounding pretty basic, pretty common sense. You know, you're going to be like, yeah, Matt, duh, like we already know that. But then there's going to be a little bit of the information that I'm going to be sharing with you that's going to be hitting the light bulb in your head. And it's going to make a little bit more sense as we go along. Okay. So just information number one, here comes the common sense part, right? You got to have a YouTube account set up, right? Before you do anything, set up a YouTube account. And here's the second piece too. There's another piece of common sense. Download the YouTube Studios app on your phone, or if you're using a desktop, download it there. Okay. This is really going to help you kind of do a little bit of editing things, you know, especially on the desktop, putting your titles and your thumbnails and uploading videos and stuff like that. If you're a desktop guy, definitely, or gal, definitely do that. But I do mine on my phone. I'm able to do it on the app. It's very relatively quick. I'm able to do exactly what it is on the desktop. I'm able to put titles, thumbnails, tags, all this other stuff. And I know that I'm kind of speaking gibberish to you guys, you know, when I say all this stuff. Some of this stuff can get a little bit complex. There again, I'm reverting back. Like I said, I'm going to be as transparent as I possibly can with you. It can kind of get confusing, but you have to put in the work. Okay. It's just like hunting, it's just like fishing, guys, and it's just like everything else in life. Nothing is just handed to you. You know, if we want that 10 or 14 point buck, what do we got to do, y'all? We got to put the time in and put the work in. It's the same thing with YouTube. Okay. So don't be afraid to put in the time. Don't be afraid to learn. Get on YouTube. Like what I did is I just sat there and just learned, wrote down notes. You know, there's a lot of different videos, guys, that can go into a lot more detail on actually how to set up this stuff like way better than I can. But like I said, I'm just here to get the ball rolling for you guys. So like I said, information number one, set up an account and get YouTube Studios on the phone or on the desktop. So once you have those two things, guys, here's this. Okay. Mega piece of information. Like I said, guys, I'm going to be transparent with you as much as I possibly can. All right. Get familiar with this. Get familiar with being in front of the camera. Get familiar with talking to the camera. Okay. I'm telling you right flat out right now, when you very first start doing videos, guys, it is going to be awkward. It's it's going to be feeling kind of weird. All right. But as you progress, you evolve, you will start getting a little bit more sleeker. Okay. You're going to have a little bit more confidence. Your swag's going to go up. Okay. And that's what you want. Okay. Just I'm telling you right now, your very first video is going to be horrendous. And my first video was absolutely horrible. All right. But you know, looking back to my first video to these ones now, I'm like, oh my gosh, I uploaded that. You know, I thought that I actually did something, you know, like I ran a 20K marathon or whatever, you know, and actually deserved a medal or something. But it was just absolutely horrendous. But at the same time, that is evolving. Once you start laying down content, each video is just going to get better and better and better. Okay. So, like I said, guys, get familiar with this being in front of the camera, and get familiar with talking to the camera. There's a little piece of advice that my mom taught me that has helped me out a lot, And it is this. She says, "Hun, when you are talking on the camera and you're laying down content, think that there is like 10,000 people behind the camera that you are putting your information out to them and you wanting to learn." Okay. They're wanting to learn your information. All right. So have like a little bit of imagination and do that, guys. Have like I said, make it seem like you are talking to 10,000 people about the topic that you want to talk about. And it would make it a little bit more easier for you to lay down content and for you to be in front of the camera and speak in front of the camera. Okay. Like I said, guys, it is going to be it's going to be cringy at, at first. But like I said, once you start seeing the progression in your videos, it's going to get a little bit addicting. Okay. It's going to be a little bit more fun. And you're just going to want to just be able to do videos after videos after videos. And it's like I said, it's going to be addicting. Another piece of information, guys, and it is actually kind of quite easy for me. Um, and it's this is be passionate of what you're talking about, of what your topic is that you want to talk about. Okay. I eat, breathe, and sleep deer hunting. I actually have and kind of being, like I said, transparent with you guys. I have it tatted on my arm. Okay. I eat, breathe, and sleep deer hunting. I love deer hunting. It is my passion. Okay. And that is a major, major piece of information is be passionate of what you're talking about. You know, people are going to fall in love with you. They're going to fall in love with your passion about what any type of topic that you guys want to talk about. Okay. It is a major, major piece of information. Try to find out as much information about your topic as you possibly can. Write it down. Take notes, like I said earlier. Okay. Take notes. Pick people's brain, on the topic. You can never learn enough about a topic. Like even with whitetails, there's always something to learn about these awesome, awesome animals. Okay. And that's what it is, man. That is my fire. Okay. And I am so passionate about whitetail deer hunting that I've learned so much throughout the years that's why I started my YouTube channel anyways, to just share the information that I have. you know I'm a walking ball of knowledge when it comes to deer hunting. Yet don't get me wrong, there's a lot more people that know a lot more stuff about deer hunting than I do. Okay. But those are the people that I meant earlier about picking their brains. Learn as much about that topic that you want to talk about as possible. Okay. As much as possible. And like I said, be creative on your topic. Let your creativity shine, because ultimately those viewers that are going to be on YouTube are going to be falling in love with you. Okay. So definitely be passionate. Don't be afraid to learn, and just be yourself, because ultimately, like I said, that's what the people are going to be falling in love with is you. And they're going to keep on coming back. They're going to keep on getting more subscribers. You're going to be keep on getting views. So that is a major, major piece of information. Another piece of information, guys, that I can give you is this. Start getting familiar with any type of software or editing platform that you are planning on using, whether it be iMovies, like on what I have on the iPhone, or if you're going to be using something like on the desktop. Start getting familiar with that. Okay. I've been a cook for over 15 plus years. I don't cook anymore, but I used to be a cook for 15 plus years. And I have countless executive chefs teach me. And it is true. It kind of goes the same thing with YouTube's. Okay. Is this people eat with their eyes first. It's the same thing with videos. You know, I do the same thing. You scroll through YouTube till something catches your eye, and then you click on it, and then you watch it. It's the same thing with YouTube. Try to start getting familiar with editing, and like I said, any type of software that you guys are going to be planning on using. You know, you're going to see your first video is going to be here, and then when you start getting into like getting familiar with the software and the editing, it's going to be a night and day difference. and and the views and the subscribers will show for it. It's evolving through the videos. Each video is just going to get that much better. Once you start getting familiar with the editing and familiar with, like I said, with any type of software that you use, man, you're going to see your videos just skyrocket. Since we're on the topic of software and editing, guys, we're going to go back to YouTube Studios just for a minute, okay? Once you get into YouTube Studios, you're going to see there's going to be a whole bunch of different stuff that you're going to have to figure out and fill out and blah, blah, blah. Put all your information in there, put your, your channel name on there, blah, blah, blah. If you're especially doing an outdoors channel, guys, there's a thing that's called categories. Definitely put your outdoor channel under sports. Okay. Don't put outdoor channel stuff, under, baseball, because the viewer that's trying to watch baseball is not going to be interested in your hunting video. It's going to get lost in the mix because that type of viewer is not interested in hunting. It's not interested in fishing, camping, whatever it may be, So definitely put it under sports, because on those categories, on the YouTube Studios, those categories, they don't have hunting, they don't have fishing, they don't have that. They have recreation, this and that and the third. But what I found out for me is, especially for my channel, that the categories that makes my channel pop is sports. Okay. And then here's another piece of the puzzle too, guys. It's going to ask you what type of viewers, that you want your video to be in front of. Definitely put not made for kids. Okay. Because a 3-year-old is not going to be watching what you'll be making on YouTube. And if you do not do that, your video is going to get so lost in the mix, it's just going to be completely gone. Okay. And then you're going to be pondering to yourself, why am I not getting views? Well, because your video is being sent over here to a 3-year-old that should be watching Paw Patrol. Your video will completely be lost in the whole algorithm. All right. So definitely make it to where, no, it's not available for kids. And definitely put your channel, especially, like I said, if you're doing hunting, fishing, whatever it may be, definitely under sports. Another piece of information, guys, that I want to share with you, and is this, and it is very, very transparent, okay? And it's going to happen, all right? Don't be afraid when you upload your video, you finally started uploading videos, you finally started editing and all this other stuff, and you're not getting any views right off the bat. That was a very, very hard pill for me to swallow, because at the same time, I did not know this piece of information. And it is this: the YouTube algorithm at first, because you're brand new, nobody knows who you are. YouTube doesn't know who you are. YouTube doesn't know what your videos are about. It, like I said, you are the new kid on the block. So the YouTube algorithm needs time to kind of figure out where to put your video in front of the viewers. Okay. So where I'm getting at is, don't be afraid if you go right off the bat and only get maybe like a view or two. Sometimes you won't get any views. It's not because you did anything wrong. There's some things that you might need to tweak in YouTube Studios. Okay. There again, you got to go back and you start kind of looking on videos on actually how to scale your channel. But don't be afraid, and don't be hard on yourself when that happens, because it's going to happen. It's kind of like taking a spaghetti noodle and hopefully, and throwing up against the wall and hopefully that it sticks. You know, it's not going to happen. It doesn't work like that. The YouTube algorithm does not work like that. Okay. Like I said, it's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's just you are the new kid on the block. They have no idea who you are. They have no idea what your content is about. Just give it time. Okay. Be patient. All right. And that is a major, major piece of information that I wish I had, because it kind of playing mind games with you at first. It's just like, wow, maybe, or do my videos really do suck or something? Like what am I doing wrong? But when it come to find out is you got to learn how to put tags. Okay, you got to have a catchy title, catchy thumbnail. Like I said before, guys, these people eat with their eyes first. Once you start laying down good content and you start getting familiar with the editing and all this other stuff, and once the YouTube algorithm figures you out and recommends you to the type of viewer that you are trying to pursue, then the views and the subscribers will go up. But like I said, guys, just give your videos time. Okay. Also, number 2 is a big one. Okay. Don't delete and then try to put it back on and all this other stuff. You're going to be flagged as spam, and it's going to really, really hurt you on views. Don't do that. Don't get like I said, freaked out and be like, oh, let me just take this video down, let me edit it something real quick, and let me upload it again. You know, if you do that 2 or 3 times, it's just going to flag, and it's just going to be like, YouTube's going to be like, this is spam. No, we're not doing this. So don't tank your video. Take your time, edit your video, come with a good title, come with a good thumbnail, and just before you hit that upload button, make sure that everything's perfect. Make sure your tags are perfect. Make sure everything is just on point, and then upload the video. I can't sit here and say that you can't tweak a thing or two. That's fine. But don't tweak a thing or two 20 times before the video is uploaded, because like I said, it's just going to flag it. They're going to be like, no, something's up with this video, and then they're going to hang on to it, and then you're just going to watch your views tank. And it happened to me. I did that on pretty good editing video, and I just constantly started editing. Oh, this wasn't catchy, this wasn't catchy. Put my heart and soul into it, and I got 40 views. And I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? So like I said, this is going to happen. Just be patient with it. Let YouTube figure out who you are. Let the algorithm do its thing, and then you'll be good from there. So once you did that, guys, like I said, man, you put your heart and soul into the editing, into laying down content. You're really, really just letting your creativity shine, and it's time to upload the video. Now here's the big question: when do you upload it? For me, for my YouTube channel, it is very, very good on a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. Okay, especially for a small YouTube channel like me. Like I said, guys, I'm just like you, starting out, blue collar guy, just wanting to share information. Okay, but for me, it is Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You kind of want to promote yourself. You kind of want to flood YouTube a little bit. You want YouTube to get familiar with your channel, to get familiar with the topic that you are talking about. So Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are awesome, awesome days to drop videos, big time. I kind of do this is I kind of do it. I kind of upload the video on like a Sunday mid-afternoon. I schedule my videos accordingly to drop days, which you are able to do on YouTube Studios. You can get videos done like this one, and I can drop it if I wanted to next week on a Saturday. you know get ahead in some of the videos, and I highly recommend you do that also. Is kind of get, once you are able to get the editing and getting all this stuff and you're laying down content left and right, start scheduling some of the videos to drop. But like I said, that magical question is, when should I drop? And that is Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, especially for outdoor channels. um, it is a major piece to the puzzle for me. Like I said, I don't have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, just yet. But that's what's looking like it's working for me. So what I do is I upload my video like on Sunday, like a mid afternoon on Sunday. Let the YouTube algorithm kind of figure me out, and then it is like clockwork, guys. On Monday, the views just skyrocket. It happens every time. But like I said, guys, for me, that's like the perfect days. Like I said, I highly recommend you schedule your videos out ahead of time. Put in some of the work. Give yourself 3 to 4 hours, like what I do when I have time. Like on my off days, I like to go out and to have fun and live life, but I really, really want to make this channel work. So I schedule time to do this, and I give myself probably about 3 or 4 hours. I know a lot of that. I know a lot to you. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's the grind. You know, we put just as much time into those bucks on the wall. you know, it ain't hard for me to spend all day out in the woods. It's the same thing with YouTube. Just give yourself a little bit of time to put the grind in, put the work in, and it'll pay off into the end. But for right now, guys, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays looks like the best time to drop videos if you're doing an outdoors YouTube channel. And this last piece of information, guys, is big. And I know I've been saying, oh, this information is big in this whole entire video, but no, this one pretty much kind of takes the cake and has gotten me a lot of subscribers and views. Okay. And that is outsourcing your videos to other platforms. You know, don't just do a YouTube video and let it just sit on YouTube. Share your YouTube video on either like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, share it wherever you can share it to, because you are kind of tapping into another place to get subscribers and to get viewers from. Like I said, you want to get as much traction to your channel as possible. Like what I do with my channel, and I have a Facebook page as well called Michigan Boneheads Outdoors on Facebook. Okay, we have over 700 followers over there. So every time that I drop a video, I share it to Facebook. And guess what? Ever since I started doing that, the numbers started going up substantially. Okay, like I said, you are tapping into another place where you can get viewers and subscribers from. So definitely do that. Don't be afraid to share your content. Like I said, promote yourself. This is all a promoting game. And guys, trust me when I say this, outsource your videos to other platforms and seriously watch the subscribers go up and watch the views go up. And there you have it, guys. The information I wish I knew and had when I very first started my outdoors channel on YouTube. And if you can do me a favor, guys, if you like what you're hearing and seeing, just please subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. We're growing pretty good here, but we can't do it without you. So like I said, guys, if you can give me a subscribe, that'd be great. And like always, just keep on bringing traditions back home, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Later.